We are back here for another episode of John Plays College Football. Today we're going to go over Michigan at Nebraska, which is the Week 5 game. I have kind of set up Michigan's offense and defense. We don't know what time the game is going to be yet. So we're going to go... We'll go, let's see. Let's say foggy, moderate wind. We'll go 3:30, and since this game, well, overcast is fine. Moderate wind. We'll say 3:30 for now. And we'll go 46 degrees. That should work. Yep, Memorial Stadium. So this is Michigan's first away game of the season. So a couple of things related to this. I did my best with Nebraska's roster. The defense was kind of a mess. I couldn't really find yet the definitive roster spaces for these players. I got rid of Vokalek because I know he's not on the team, but it was kind of a difficult job on defense. Offense, I was able to get Sims and everybody. It was a lot more clear-cut. And I think that's probably reflective of what's happening behind the scenes, too. Their offense is probably going to look pretty good, and then defense might be a bit more of a question mark. So let's see what happens here at Memorial Stadium, a classic, iconic stadium. And as they say, tails never fails, so we're going to kick it, because that way we get to control what happens in the second half. We'll get to receive the ball. And I really like when we have the yellow pants for away games, so I'm going to keep that. Again, I prefer to go ask coach for the defense, and I like to have Hausman, especially Hausman. This should be an interesting game for him, given the fact that he's coming back to Nebraska for this game. So I feel like he's going to be extra pumped. I'm going to try to stick with him most of the time.
It's 2nd down and 8. Ball on their own 27.
And yet again, just like in the last game, Michigan's defense is doing a great job here. Jeff Sims has completed a pass. Let's see if we can stop him on 3rd down here. And too much pressure. Will Johnson, one of the best cornerbacks in college football, scoring a tackle on that one. And they punt it away. Now let's see if, unlike last game, if Michigan can get some points on the board here early. Oh! What was that? What the heck was that? Was that like a semi-block there? Interesting. Okay, let's start with the triple option pass. That's always a fun one. Yeah, special teams snafu for the other team there. And Cornelius Johnson with the reception there. Just get you off the ground with a nice pass there. Let's do a little bit of misdirection. That's always fun. Ooh, they were ready for that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, 2nd and 15. Let's go wide receiver corners.
what he does best, which is making a nice short tackle on the ball carrier.
And Edwards, with his receiving ability, takes it almost the entire way. And of course, you know what's coming next. You know what's coming next.
Ball on the 14-yard line.
Blake Corum needed 1 yard or a half yard, and he gets 4. And that's about right for Blake Corum. Let's do a read option here. And barely misses the touchdown there. And I think what we're going to do here is quarterback sneak. It's so close. It's so close. And there it is. Touchdown, Michigan. Quarterback sneak, J.J. McCarthy. I mean, quarterback sneak almost never fails in that situation. And Smaha kicks it through the uprights.
Nice six-play, 39-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard. So the score now,
And drills it. Boom! So, this is a pretty good start for Michigan. 7-0. A better start, actually, than last game, believe it or not. And this is away, so maybe I'm just calling better plays. And boom, Gabe Ervin does get a 4-yard rush there.
Second and 6 coming up here.
But so far, this game has been mostly going Michigan's way. Oh, nice little whiff there on my part. Go cover 6. Excellent job, honestly, with the screen there. Just didn't get quite enough. They're going to have to punt this one. And, yeah, so far, this is Michigan's game right here. Now, for those of you who are like, well, you haven't really made it very difficult.
Really got the job done on that first drive, and they took the crowd out of this thing.
They sure did, and I was really impressed with the execution by the quarterback. It's tough to be able to communicate with
I will be upping the difficulty for Penn State and Ohio State, because those are the games. Blake Corum getting an 8-yard rush. Those are the games that are legitimately going to be more difficult. And so I like to go to a pass on second down, because the way I see it, oh, wow, Corum got that reception even though that was a bad read for me. Corum bailed me out there. And Corum's, you know, people don't realize that he can catch the ball. It's not his specialty, like it is with Donovan Edwards, but he can still do it, and he bails me out there on a pretty bad read. And there he is, 13-yard rush. We're just pretty much doing whatever we want in this game. PA comebacks. And they are really in the wrong mode for a run play. And again, probably should have just ran the ball there. Where am I? So 2nd and 10. PA fake toss. That looks fun. Play action. Good deflection there on Nebraska's part. All right, smash. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 here. Colston Loveland bails us out. And there it is. A 13-yard reception. You got to give Nebraska's defense that they made us sweat for the first time in a while. We're going to go for a stretch play here. I really do love a good stretch play. Oh, yeah. Look at that. And now we're just going to make them... try to stop us. Try to stop us here. Blake Corum. And they did, but we still got 2 yards. So guess what? We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. And this happened how many times in the real games, too. And there he is, Blake Corum. Probably Michigan's best player. Could have gone to the NFL. Jim Harbaugh told him to go to the NFL. He still comes back because he wants to win a national title. And I'd say... in the case of this game, just like last time, Blake Corum is going to come out after two drives. I think you're gonna see Blake Corum coming out of the game unless he's needed. So Donovan Edwards is going to take his spot, and Ben Hall, who I was able to get this time. Ben Hall is now going to be running back 3 for the rest of the year. And drills it. And this is a great... I mean, this is way... Like, honestly, Rutgers was defending against Michigan way better than Nebraska. And like I said, there are question marks at Nebraska's defense all over. So, I don't see this as being that crazy of a situation. Mason Graham, obviously, also returning. Let's see what he does. And honestly, this is interesting because, you know, people said that this was a trap game. I don't really see it just based on how this is playing out here. Now, again, like I said, I did my best. Oh, man, slipping tackles. Jeff Sims slipped 2 tackles, including mine. Pretty impressive. They need to get 6 yards. It's probably a passing situation here. And to the surprise of no one, Will Johnson gets an interception. Will Johnson's having a great game. 3 tackles and a pick. Let's ask Coach. And we're going to go, I think this is exactly the right move. Power O. No reason to go crazy here. And that's a pretty good run for a Power O play. So at this point, I think you just go Power O again. You've got literally an inch.
He makes it to the 15-yard line.
And it looks like just barely gets it. We'll see if they rule it. Oh, this looks fun. Y trail. I like that. Y trail. But yeah, this is much more lopsided than the last game. And honestly, I'm a little bit surprised. Just based on... Oh, I really like that Y trail play. Now it's gone. Let's go play action Power O. I guess they probably just don't want me to do the same play to add to the misdirection. That's fine. And Colston Loveland with a 12-yard reception. And now we're, what, 1st and 2 yards away? So I'm going to do something a little different because they're expecting here. They're expecting goal line set because that's what we've been doing. And Carmelo English with the touchdown on a slant call just to mix things up a little bit. You know, Michigan is imposing its will in this game. And so what I'm going to do, because I feel like people are going to give me grief on the difficulty here, I'm going to see if I can up the difficulty, or I can at the very least make it more difficult again on Michigan. Maybe I'll put in some backups at this point. Just because I know I'm going to get some grief on difficulty level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it more difficult by substituting in the second team offense and defense. And, you know, people might say, well, it's a little early for that. Well, yeah, but if you legitimately want me to make the, you know, because Nebraska fans who watch this are going to say, oh my God, it's 21-0. There's no way that happens. So I'm going to try to adjust for that. Because I agree, it's probably not going to be this much of a curb stomp. So I'm going to go ahead and sub in just to try to make it a little bit more fair. I am playing on varsity difficulty, which is kind of like one level up. But I know I'm going to get some flack on this one for maybe not making it a little more difficult. So I'm just going to try to sub in all the backups to give Nebraska a bit more of a chance here. And there it goes. So there you go, Nebraska fans. Huh! Ah! Almost. All right, there's your touchdown. Congratulations. Okay, Jeff Sims, he can run. There you go, Nebraska. There's your touchdown. Okay? But honestly, what this tells me is that Michigan with its starters are going to crush Nebraska. Like, I don't even think it's close, based on what I've seen here. Okay, let's go Power O, and then who is it putting in as... There's Ben Hall. Oh, yeah. And there's Ben Hall. Ben Hall with the best rush of the day. 28 yards. So why not go halfback draw? Why make Davis Warren pass when this guy just did what he did? And there's another 6 yards. Remember, this is the backups. This is literally the backups. So at this point, this is a passing situation. Davis Warren. Not a great call there. That was my fault. Don't put that on Warren. That was my fault. I made a bad read. Oh, really? That was a good read. He just didn't do it. Okay, well, it's unfortunate that after all that, we have a punt.
That was a nice little pooch kick right there.
That's why they made the decision to punt the ball right there. They wanted to pin this offense deep in their own territory. This team really trusts the defense. It's early in this game, so the defense can still have an opportunity to make some adjustments. But if things don't turn around in
so Sims can run. I think that's the moral of the story here.
Gains about 5 yards on the option play. From their own 21-yard line.
is that Jeff Sims can run the ball. But I also think the moral of the story is that Michigan basically has to put up all of its backups and the third string running back for this game to be competitive. Because right now I have all backups and the third string against Nebraska's first string. Ah! And now skill comes into this game more. And since I'm a little rusty, we'll see. But now it's a bit more skill-based. And Jeff Sims is fast. I mean, he is legitimately fast. Cover 4. Jaden McBurrows with 2 tackles already. It's pretty good. And great, honestly, excellent pass there to Xavier Betts. He's on the team, I hope. I tried to put people who are actually on the team, and not seniors who have graduated. I did get rid of Vokalek, and I tried to. I mean, honestly, that was an incredible pass there. That was really good. Not much you can do against that when you're. I mean, I was going at.
He's at the 30. He's at the 20.
Oh my God.
Taken down at the 6-yard line.
Great job here converting and keeping this defense on the field.
This is what happens when you know. So here you go, Nebraska fans. You're not allowed to get on me about difficulty level. Because I literally took out the starters.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
And now it's an actual game.
Wanting to give an inch here. They'll knock him down for a loss.
If Michigan keeps them from scoring here, holy crap. Eno Etta with a tackle for loss. Excellent job. Eno Etta.
Straight ahead on the give, and there's nowhere.
I think they just kept them out of the end zone. It's a field goal. Wow. That is incredible for the backup defense to keep them to a field goal. Really impressive there. This is the backups. Entirely backups right now. Although you can make an argument that Michael Barrett isn't really a backup, but I literally was dialoguing with people. Well, yeah, because I took out Blake Corum. Don't do that. Don't do Blake Corum like that. I took him out of the game. Don't do him like that. Besides, Ben Hall's doing a great job. It's just that I can't get Davis Warren to do anything. Look at that. There's another 12-yard rush there. Let me see if I can find a... Oh, that looks fine. Halfback off tackle has been doing well for us. Another 15 yards, Ben Hall. Wow. Okay, come on, Davis Warren, do something. Oh, A.J. Barner with a 15-yard reception. All right, moment of truth, game on the line. Not exactly. 4 verts. And Peyton O'Leary. Woo! Woo-hoo! All right. Let's go play action Y corner. I'm hitting the A button just to... And touchdown, A.J. Barner. Here we go.
That's a positive for the passing game.
Remember, this is all backups now, pretty much. You can make an argument that some of the people in here aren't actually backups because it's just how they've coordinated these rosters, but the bottom line is, if this is at all accurate, Nebraska's going to have a really difficult time because I've got in entirely second string right now.
And he's taken down at the 23. Things are on the verge of getting out of hand before we even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being.
And the only reason I have in entirely second string is I feel like I'm going to get some grief from Nebraska fans for the first chunk of this game. So I figured, okay, one way I can correct for that is just putting in all the backups.
It's second down, 5 to go. Ball on the 28.
But I honestly think if this is real, and here's, and now they're starting to get us on some passes here. And I think that might have just been a bad play call decision. Nowhere to go for Gabe Urban on that one.
As a linebacker, you have to be able to read the offense and make a quick diagnosis, which is exactly what he did on that play.
The Cornhuskers call it.
And this game is definitely closer.
Second down.
There's no doubt about that.
Throws complete. He's got space to work. Knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Cover 2 sink. I really haven't done much on defense here. There were a couple of times I almost got to the quarterback. Jeff Sims, nothing doing there. And if you think that I'm not going to do my best to air this thing out,
Awaiting the return. It's a short kick. They'll bring him down at the 29-yard. Michigan's put themselves in a great position now as they head into the second half.
Well, in the first half, we saw a lot of big playability, just an explosive approach by this offense. But remember, we'll see what happens here in the second half. This is a long
slot cross.
Brad, let's see if this offense can maintain the rhythm that they established on that last drive. Not just putting points on the board, but driving the length of the field to be able to eventually
thread the needle, and it's not going to work. At the 30, he's taken down at the 23-yard line.
And there's a turnover for Nebraska.
Brad, this week these coaches told us about how they want their
and really just a bad decision on my part.
Here they are down
no excuse.
And the defense comes up with a big interception, showing that character that their coaches wanted to see.
Bad decision.
From the 23-yard line.
And that's okay, because you know what? I'm keeping this game competitive. And Jeff Sims, nothing doing there. Jeff Sims, 58 yards, an interception. And I think what this proves, honestly, is that Michigan's going to be a real problem for them. And even the backups are a problem for them. Dog shoot pinch. Deflection there.
He's running over to get ready to make the tackle, and the defender drops the football.
I'm sure that when this airs, it's going to be, people are going to say stuff in the comments about my skills with this game not being great, and you may be right. You may be right. But I tried, basically what I've done here is I've tried to correct for the fact that Michigan was just having their way with Nebraska for the first quarter of this game, and decided to make it a little bit more of an interesting contest by making it all backups on the Michigan side. And because of that, it's now 28-13 instead of what it probably would have been, which is by now probably like 41-0. So I'm trying my best here to keep it a competitive ball game here. Morgan kneels it out. We got 10 seconds. I mean, basically, I'm going to try a halfback dive with 10 seconds left because, you know, I mean, Ben Hall is really having a great game. So, yeah, if 12 hadn't come in there, that would have gone for the house probably. Let's just let it go. Yeah, let's let it go to halftime. We're getting the ball back anyway. All right, 28-13 at half. But because we won the toss and we deferred, we get the ball. Which, folks, we need the ball. Because Nebraska's been having a pretty good second quarter, so. All right, halfback stretch. Ben Hall is having a great game. Let's keep it going. Three-yard rush there. Let's call a triple option pass. And you can tell that they're kind of thinking it might be a pass. Oh, sack. Sack, and now we're in an obvious passing situation here. Wide drag. It's probably going to... Is it going to be shaky? Of course it's going to be shaky. There's your 5-yard reception. And your punt.
Palmer is the deep man awaiting the return. He really got a hold of that one. And he shoved out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Not the best punt there. It's still pretty good. Kemp with a 20-yard reception. Wow. All right. That is impressive. Again, remember, we are entirely in the second string here. And the third string running back, so.
He steps out at the 49.
Gets a 3-yard reception there.
That'll make it 2nd and 7. Here we go. Tackle at about the 40.
I gotta say, Jeff Sims is a pretty good athlete. He's fast. He can run. He can be a real problem for us when we have the backups in the game. Oh my God, come on. Oh. Oh, we had that. We literally had that. Oh. Man. This is what happens. You put all the backups in. I'm trying to make this more difficult on us. Because I know that I'll get grief if I don't, you know, because I have a lot of good, you know, folks who are Nebraska fans who also watch the shows. We appreciate everyone. And by the way, if you haven't hit the like button yet on this video, hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend that we're doing this. We're experimenting here with a new type of football. Ah, man. I finally got in a user tackle, but geez. They're just having their way with us right now. Oh, he keeps slipping through my tackles. The Rutgers quarterback, Gavin Wimsatt, he was just getting sacked left and right. This guy is much faster. I'll give him that. Give him that. Ah, really? I had him. Ugh. I got the hit stick. He slipped through again. This is as bad as USC's tackling. We were ready for that option play there. We were ready. All right. This is very difficult. We keep them out of the end zone again. I'm going to pull out all the stops to try to score here. So I think we're doing... my play calling is doing the defense dirty. It really is. Okay. I mean, look at this. Is incredible. They have to settle for another field goal, which is just insane considering they got it to the end zone twice, and they have to settle for 2 field goals. And honestly, this seems accurate. This seems like I can absolutely see this happening. Nebraska starts to make it look a little scary. Oh! Morgan takes it 39 yards. Wow. And as you could probably imagine, double in. We'll start with the pass. And 12 was open. Okay, let's go for a run here. Let's definitely go for a run. Halfback counter.
It's just another example of a defensive back, in this case a safety, just having really good instinct to be able to come up and know when to come up to knock that ball away.
9-yard rush. We'll do that again. This time we're just going to jam it.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1.
1 yard. Just jam it. That was some nice open space there. 12-yard rush. You need 1 yard. You get 12, which allows us to have a fresh set of downs. Ben Hall is going to be a problem. I'm telling you. And Darius Clemens on the board with a 17-yard reception. Darius Clemens. Halfback stretch play. Nice little stretch play here. I know you're supposed to go on the outside, but I saw a little bit of a hole there, and I went for it. We're going to go play action power O with the pass game. And I'm going to take off. And touchdown. Davis Warren may not have the legs of J.J. McCarthy, but in some situations, when everybody is covered and they don't expect your quarterback to run, take off and get the 9 yards. Just get it done.
These guys will try for a 2-point conversion. They're trying to stop the run here
Wait.
with the goal line defense.
Oopsie. Okay. I meant to hit PAT, but you know what?
Michigan ready to kick this one off.
That's fine too.
Sends it sailing downfield.
Again, like I said in the first game, human error sometimes happens in these. So this is, honestly, this doesn't seem that far off from what the real game would be like. 34-16, Nebraska threatens twice but has to settle for 2 field goals, and then Michigan with Ben Hall doing what Ben Hall does. I'm telling you, that guy is going to be an impact player. And you're going to see him get a lot of reps because they're going to want to keep Corum and Edwards fresh.
2nd and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 27.
Michael Barrett whiffed there. That was me. I'm the one who whiffed.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Throws it into cover.
Oh, Rob Moore.
Right around the 46-yard line.
Moore getting an interception. Wow. This game has been really filled with some surprises. Why on earth would I do anything except run Ben Hall now in this situation? Like, why would I risk the backup quarterback? Oh, man, Ben Hall is good. Look at that. 5 yards, even though it was like a huge mass of bodies there. So you do a nice little stick route. Darius Clemens. He's going to do some things for Michigan. Halfback zone weak there. Ben Hall is just having a day.
They go to the left for a nice game.
And he gets 6 there. So at this point, you really want to start running some clock down.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
So that's what we're going to do. We'll run it down all the way till about 2 seconds left on the play clock. And it's telling me to snap the ball. I'm like, I know to snap the ball. And unfortunately, there was a player there. I didn't know if the line was going to guard it or what was going to happen. Okay, we'll go triple. We'll go triple. And let's just see. Yep, I saw that that the options were being guarded or weren't good, so Davis Warren took off and ran. And now we've got a fresh set of downs. Davis Warren can run the ball. He's just not as good as JJ, but he can still run it if we got to run it, you know? So again, milk the clock. But I gotta say, this seems about accurate now. Again, I'm gonna get some heat. Most likely for the first bit of the game. Midline ISO. This looks fun. We got Khalil Mullings in. Ben Hall. Might as well just have another quarterback ISO there.
That makes it 1st and goal.
And we're going to go back to goal line set. Halfback dive.
1st and goal here inside the 5-yard line.
We got 3 chances at this because we're definitely going to kick if we don't get it. And just count that clock down. Get to about 2 seconds. And honestly, that tackle helped us because it helped Ben Hall spin.
That brings up 2nd and goal.
And I'm going to do it again. And here we go. And now is when we quarterback sneak.
From the 1-yard line.
And let's see if Davis Warren can do it like JJ. Boom! Quarterback sneak and another touchdown on the board. Davis Warren taking it in less than a yard.
He just followed the push of the big guys up front.
And this time, I'm going to kick the PAT like I'm supposed to. There we go. I don't know what happened last time. I think I just hit a button too early.
Makes the PAT.
Really, I should have 42-16. I just made a mistake. Kickoff.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off.
Boom. Drill it. And now Nebraska has one more chance to keep this thing respectable.
He gets out to about the 18-yard
And let's see what they can do.
The deficit is huge, but as a player, you never want to slow down your effort. Believe me, coaches notice the ones who aren't trying that hard. They come out in an empty backfield. And he throws it away.
Jeff Sims actually had a pretty good day on the run game, but
18-yard line. It's second down.
yeah, just Michigan's second string just was able to keep them out of the end zone twice, despite the fact that they had
Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it. That's a great tackle at the 25.
some pretty good drives. But if you can't get into the end zone, as Michigan knows from 2018, 2017, we just couldn't get into the end zone to save our lives. We know a thing or two about that. It creates a real problem for you. Oh, man. That was Jeff Sims taking on what was kind of a blitz package and just making us look like chumps. Again, backups in, but still. Backups have been in most of the game, honestly. And I did that to try to keep the game a little closer for Nebraska fans who might be watching and might get pissed at me for just how dominant Michigan starters were. But honestly, I'm not surprised that Michigan starters looked that dominant, and Jim Harbaugh's probably not going to show the same amount of mercy I did. So my guess is if the real game is at all like this game, it could be a worse blowout than this.
He heaves it deep. Dropped.
4th and 11, they're going to have to go for it. No, they're punting. I'm a little surprised. I don't think Matt Rule would punt in that situation. I think he knows, well, let's keep it respectable at least. All right, here comes Ben Hall. And I probably made the wrong cut there. I probably should have gone right, but it's fine. And at this point, it's time for quarterback kneel.
Both teams are playing out the stretch here. You want to get experience for guys who normally don't get in the game and try to avoid injury.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Quarterback kneel. Boom.
Playing football if you're a quarterback. Take a knee.
And is Nebraska going to call a timeout?
From their own 30-yard line. Second down.
Red 2, orange 3.
No, they aren't. And again, we'll get it down to about 2 seconds. And then we're going to take a knee. I think we have to take one more knee or 2 more knees to bring it home.
For a defense than seeing the opposing quarterback take a knee. Third and 15.
Yeah, so one more knee, and then I'll be able to end the game here. So that, I mean, unlike the last game, Nebraska put up points. That's pretty good. But Nebraska isn't really, they don't have the horses yet. And I've been saying this on the show,
Well, a nice stop there late in the fourth quarter, but
and it's
slow.
true.
It has been for most of the
And
game.
with that, the game is over. And honestly, I don't see that being that much different from the real score. I can see Nebraska putting up points, and I can also see them getting shut out of the end zone,
That's going to do it for this one. Our final score,
getting stopped at the end zone, and
16.
I don't think this is that good. I think it's really funny that they say he's the player of the game. He didn't look that great. But because I took out all the starters so early, I think the player of the game probably would have been JJ or Blake Corum, and I kept in the starters. But there's the score, 41-16. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you think that's accurate to what the real game would be. Remember, I did play it on not the lowest difficulty, but I went one up because I figured this game should be probably played one up. And I put in the backups after the first quarter. So let me know what you think. Because it was basically the Nebraska's first string against Michigan's backups most of the game. 41-16. And we'll see you on the next game, and go blue.